Assalamualaikum. Hi guys. In this video, we are going to focus about physical properties, basically about acid-base character of the oxides for period 3 elements. So, dalam bahagian acid-base character, kita akan tentukan hanya untuk elements daripada period 3. So, period 3 starts from sodium, from left to right until chlorine. So, based on these several elements, they are going to form different type of oxide when react with oxygen. For example, sodium and magnesium, when reacts with oxygen, it will form basic oxide. While aluminium, when reacts with oxygen, it will form amphoteric oxide. The last bunch will be silicon until chlorine. When these all react with oxygen, they will form acidic oxide. So now, ini adalah information that you have to know when elemen daripada sodium sampai chlorine react dengan oxygen, dia akan hasilkan this formula for specific oxides. So kita akan fokus one by one. Let's go for sodium. Sodium reacts with oxygen to form basic oxide. So kita ada this equation Na, sodium metal, reacts with oxygen, it will form Na2O. And then this is the equation how to form the basic oxide. So basic oxide kita adalah Na2O. After that, this basic oxide akan react with water to form base. As you see here, this is basic oxide, base, reacts with water to produce NaO. So, inilah base yang kita masukkan. So, hopefully, you can understand how the reaction of sodium reacts with oxygen. Now, we go for magnesium. Magnesium burns in oxygen to form basic oxide as well. Tapi case sekarang, dia adalah MgO. So, we got magnesium metal plus oxygen gas to produce MgO. So, let's continue. From this basic oxide, kita akan ambil base ini untuk react dengan acid. Saya pilih HCl. So it will form MgCl2 and H2O. So this is how neutralization reaction occurs. So we got base here and we got acid to produce salt and water. So settle for basic oxides, kita just ada dua sahaja for sodium and magnesium. Let's continue with amphoteric oxide. What does it mean by amphoteric oxide? Amphoteric oxide is oxide that can react with either acid or base. Kalau kes sebelum ni, untuk sodium dan magnesium, kerana diorang base, diorang boleh react dengan water dan juga HCl respectively. Tapi dalam kes ini, for example, saya ada aluminium. Aluminium boleh react sebagai base, boleh react sebagai acid. So let's focus how to form the aluminium oxide. You can see that we have aluminium metal reacts with oxygen to produce Al2O3. So this is amphoteric oxide, where as a base dia akan react dengan acid untuk hasilkan AlCl3 with water. But as an acid, dia akan react with base untuk hasilkan sodium aluminate dan juga water. So basically, we got two functions here. This equation untuk amphoteric oxide as a base, and the second equation for amphoteric oxide as an acid. Now, we continue for silicon. Silicon burns in oxygen to form acidic oxide. So, if you take a look here, we got silicon metal and we got oxygen gas to form SiO2. So, SiO2 ini adalah kita panggil sebagai silicon 4 oxide ataupun nama lain dia adalah silicon dioxide. So, silicon dioxide boleh react sebagai acid with base to form sodium silicate. So, Na2SiO3 with water. Dan ini adalah benda yang samalah dengan silicon dioxide. But you have to take note here, silicon dioxide doesn't react with water. And it just only reacts with sodium hydroxide solution. Only if this base is hot and concentrated. So, the colorless solution for sodium silicate this part, Na2SiO3, will form. Now let's go for the next one. We have element phosphorus. So phosphorus reacts with oxygen to produce P4O6. This is where your oxygen amount is limited. And then after that, phosphorus akan react dengan water untuk hasilkan phosphorus acid. This is very weak acid. However, another part for phosphorus, it can react with excess amount of oxygen to produce P4O10. Then after that, it will react with H2O to form phosphoric V acid. And both of these acid adalah weak acid. So this is for acidic oxide. Next, we continue with sulfur when reacts with oxygen to produce sulfur dioxide. So you can see that sulfur dioxide here is acid. So it will react with water to form H2SO3, sulfurous acid. And for chlorine, we know that chlorine can react with oxygen to form Cl2O7. And then Cl2O7 akan reacts with water to form HClO4. This is perchloric acid. So saya make it very concise for you so that you can see which oxide can react with water and acid and base. So dalam kes ini we got basic oxides for Na2O and MgO. So ini daripada sodium, ini daripada magnesium. And then we have amphoteric oxide for Al2O3 reacts with H2O, HCl, and NaO. And then we have acidic oxide for silicon and phosphorus. After that, we got sulfur and chlorine. So both of them are acidic oxide based on sulfur, based on chlorine. So if you realize here, based on these several tables, you can see that some of the oxide that you form tidak menghasilkan apa-apa reaction. So there is no reaction. So hopefully you can recognize which of them, and when answering the question, you know which reaction will not produce anything. So I repeat back this table so that you can understand how the acid-base character of oxides in period 3. So I know there are a lot of things that you've learned so far based on this video. Let's do a bit conclusion for this part. So as a conclusion, metals form basic oxides, whereas non-metals form acidic oxide. So from left to right, we can see that the acid-base character for respective oxides go from basic to acidic, from sodium to chlorine. And for ionic oxide are usually basic. So maknanya dia akan react dengan water as a base. For example, we have two of them, Na2O dan MgO. So why is this ionic? Because to form Na2O, Na and O akan forming the ionic bonding by donating or accepting the electron. Next, for aluminium oxide, there are amphoteric, so it can be as acid or base. It depends on the pH of the solution. After that, we have covalent oxide, which are usually acidic. So elemen ni bila dia react dengan water, dia akan react sebagai acid. So there are several of them from silicon until chlorine. You can see that these all adalah oxide yang terhasil. So kenapa dia covalent oxide? Because to form Si2O, Si element will share the electrons with O. So that's why the bonding happen is covalent bonding. Hence, what can we conclude that from left to right, we can see that in the middle of it, Al2O3, this one is amphoteric oxide, and then towards to the left, we have Na2O and MgO, more basic oxide, and the rest of them towards to the right, more acidic oxide. So that's it for this video. Please try to do the tutorial question so that you can know what style of question that can ask about acid-base character for oxides in period 3. That's it for now. I will see you in the next one. Bye.